Rahim. Welcome to part 3 of lesson 4 using loops. This is the final part. In our last part, we completed this exercise for 2 calculating average temperature using a while loop and shift register to average data. You learned how to use stack shift register in order to calculate the average data and perform the average and temperature values. And now let us move towards the this question. So question is you calculate the average of last 5 temperature readings. How would you modify the VI to calculate the average of the last 10 temperature readings? So the answer is that in our last uh, exercise, you remember that we performed the average on last 5 temperature readings. But now say suppose you want to find the average of last 10 temperature readings in this way. How can you perform it? Answer is that resize the shift register in the VI to have 5 additional elements in stack shift register. So resize it, drag it to have 5 additional elements more. Resize the compound arithmetic function to add 10 values and simply divide the result by 10. In this way, you can perform the average of the last 10 temperature readings. This is very simple. You can do it yourself. Alright, so plotting data. Now use data feedback in a loop to plot waveform charts. We will learn about waveform chart properties. This is basically a waveform chart. You see in waveform chart, uh, this thing is called labeling. This temperature history is basically label, and this is basically x scale. This is basically x scale, time seconds. All right, this is basically y scale. This is our y scale. All right, this is our scale legend. Using scale legend, we can change the naming of our x-axis and y-axis. This is scale legend, and this is our plot legend. Using plot legend, we can see the names of our charts, and finally, this is graph palette. So this is a graph palette. Using graph palette, you can zoom the waveform, you can scroll the waveform. We will use these all tools in our exercise, in our this exercise, coming exercise. So you can also go to waveform chart properties. Waveform charts include options that you can use to customize appearance, convey more information, or highlight data. Now let us come to this exercise 4.3. In this exercise 4.3, you will plot multiple data sets on a single waveform chart and customize the chart view. So you see in this exercise, what you are going to learn is that how to plot multiple data sets on a single waveform. Let us say you want to show two or more than two waveforms on a single waveform chart. How can you do this action? How can you perform this? This is what you are going to learn over here in this exercise 4.3. So let us refer to participant guide for this purpose. Please open the participant guide and go to exercise 4.3. This is the last exercise of this lesson. Alright. So the goal of this exercise is to plot multiple data sets on a single waveform chart and customize the chart view. How to customize the chart view, you will learn it. You will learn it. Scenario is modify the VI from exercise 4.2 that you made right now to plot both the current temperature and the running temperature on the same chart. Now you have to plot two data sets on the same chart. One is the current temperature and another the running average. In addition, allow the users to examine a portion of the plot while the data is being acquired. Alright. Design figure 410 shows the front panel for the existing temperature monitor VI, and figure 411 shows the block diagram. So this is the block diagram of the existing code that you have made in exercise 4 to previous exercise. To allow the user to examine a portion of the plot while the data is being acquired, display the scale legend and the graph palette for the waveform chart. Alright. Also expand the legend to show additional plots. To modify the block diagram in figure 411, you must modify the chart terminals to accept multiple pieces of data. For this purpose, you use a bundle function to combine the average temperature and current temperature into a cluster to pass the temperature history terminal. So this is the important point and must be noted that whenever you want to see multiple plots on the same waveform chart, you have to use bundle function. Please note this point. Bundle function is used to combine different data sets, different waveforms on a single waveform chart. Alright, so let's go for the implementation. Open that exercise Levy Core 1 temperature monitor directory and open this temperature monitor VI of this exercise 4.2 that you completed in our previous exercise, and then open the VI. Alright, I have already opened it. So this is the VI, this is the exercise that you created in previous part. Alright, now modify the block diagram so that it resembles, it shows like this. You see what happens here. Here now you can see average temperature and current temperature. This is average temperature and this is the current temperature, and using bundle function you can make a cluster of these both data sets and you can see both waveform charts on a single waveform chart using this bundle function. So please do this change in previous exercise in order to see the both plots on a single waveform chart. So what I do is I go to cluster, I take one bundle function. So you see here I get the average temperature, here I get the current temperature, and I can plot these both on this temperature history. Alright, so this is the change you want to do. After performing this change, go to the front panel. Alright, and modify the front panel so that it looks like this. You see, in this way. Alright, drag this. Now the upper data set or the upper picture shows plot shows the running average. Write down running average. The second plot shows your current temperature. All right. Okay. So show both plots in the plot legend. You can also use the positioning tool to resize the plot legend to show two objects. Double click the label edit to plot the names. The order of the plot listed in the plot legend is the same as the order of atoms wired to bundle function on the block diagram. Alright. So, alright. Now display the graph palette. Go to temperature history chart, right click the temperature history chart and select visible atoms and graph palette. So this is the graph palette. We'll use this graph palette later on. Display the scale legend. Similarly, right click, go to visible atoms and display the scale legend. This is the scale legend. You see, you can change the scale x-axis name and y-axis name. Like here, I simply make it time. This will become time. If I make it time in seconds, I can make it time in seconds. So you can change the labeling of x-axis and y-axis using the scale legend. All right. Okay. So now save the VI and run the VI. Furthermore, you can also activate the digital display. This will show the digital display, the value of current value of the that is plotted on the waveform chart. And also, you should go to visible item and select X scroll bar to move the to see the x-axis portion. X scroll bar should be also made visible. Let's run it. You see, you are getting current temperature and also average temperature on the same waveform chart, you are getting two plots, two data sets with the help of bundle function. All right, let's stop it. Okay, all right. So this is X scroll bar. You can move the X scroll bar to see the uh, data on the waveform chart here. So you can move the scroll bar here and there. Okay. Moreover, this is basically showing the display value. This is average and this is the current temperature. You can also change the display graph palette. So how can you change the plot type of the current temperature? You can go to this, like here, common plots, and you can change uh, its look. Like let us change its look from here to in this way. Say suppose, or in this way. You can change the common plot look designing, or in this way, or maybe you want to see in this way. There are different options available. You see, you can change the look of the plot. So using common plot function, you can do it. This is also one good feature available to change the plot type of your current temperature. All right. Okay. Moreover, how to zoom the data? Say suppose you want to zoom the results. Click this button, go here, and you can zoom the data. You see, now I'm zooming the data. And if you want to zoom out, similarly click it and you can zoom out. You can use this button to scroll the data and to examine the data on the waveform chart. Alright. And there is also one other feature available. Go to properties. There, go to here, and you can also see its scope chart here. You can also see strip chart here. You can also see sweep chart here, and moreover, you can also use stake plot to see the view in stake plots. This is the stake plot view, and this is simple view. So you can also activate stake plot view. So these are some features of this uh, waveform chart. Thank you very much. We will continue our lesson 5 in our next video. Thank you very much.